All right, Monday morning, rainy out. Welcome to Consensus. Now in our fifth year, the goal of this conference has always been about you, the stakeholders in our industry who are innovating the road ahead. It's as I look out, it's wonderful to see so many friends and new faces here at the Hilton. This year we have over 4,500 guests, remarkably from over 80 countries around the world. Representing the people next to you are a community of investors, developers, corporate executives, entrepreneurs, and regulators coming together to learn, discuss, and debate the most important and timely issues of this fascinating new technology that we all care so much about. Consensus is truly the one big tent where the whole community can come and learn from each other. And we think that's a vital part of what this experience is. The live conversations that take place at least once a year during Consensus and Blockchain Week are an essential ingredient to the advancement of your efforts. As Naomi mentioned, here at the Hilton, you'll find fascinating conversations in our business track, which will cover issues of the day, regulatory issues, how businesses are thinking about this. Our markets track will cover a lot of the investment themes. And certainly, as Naomi mentioned, we brought back something called Construct this year, which is in essence, our developer technical track. And we did that specifically for the development community to get updates on over 20 leading projects, where they are and where they're going. I just want to say that none of this, all of this, breakfast and the whole experience, none of this would be possible without the generous support of our sponsors. And so I have to take a moment certainly to mention them, particularly our 5-block sponsors. This year, that includes Block, Deloitte, eToro, Flexa, IBM, and Tata Consulting Group. Not only are they generous supporters, but truly their leadership is driving our industry forward. Also, a special shout out, we've had one sponsor who's been with us as a supporter for 5 years, and that's Ledger, so quick round of applause. Thank you. I also just want to take this moment to publicly thank all the employees of CoinDesk who you may see around. They'll be asking you to, if you need anything and how your experience is going. They have worked tirelessly to put this together. You really can't imagine what goes on into planning these events. But they and we view hosting Consensus as an enormous responsibility to the industry. And their dedication to serving the industry, I think, is really quite unparalleled. I'm really proud to work with such an outstanding team. Finally, I'm going to introduce and hand it over to our colleagues from New York City, Anna and Kimberley. At CoinDesk, we're really extremely grateful to be the co-hosts of Blockchain Week and to see what has sprung up into dozens of events, meetups, parties, gatherings, formal, informal, that happened during New York all during this week. Again, that's what we see as a vital part of our mission at CoinDesk, which is to inform and educate and connect the global blockchain and crypto community. So we're thrilled you're here. We're thrilled for the week. And we hope you have a great experience. And with that, I'm going to introduce Anna and Kimberley from New York. Thank you.
Thank you, Kevin, and good morning, everybody. Welcome to New York City. It's rainy and cold out there, but I love the energy in this room. I'm Ana Ariño. I'm the Chief Strategy Officer for New York City's Economic Development Corporation, which is the economic development arm of the City of New York. And so I get to think about where the jobs of the future are going to come from, whether it's biotechnology or cybersecurity or blockchain or artificial intelligence, and then think about how do we make investments in these industries that support their growth, while at the same time making sure that people aren't being left behind. And so there's no question that blockchain is going to be a key jobs generator for New York City and for the world. In fact, it is already an engine for economic activity in New York City. We have about 60 startups headquartered in New York that last year received over $500 million in venture capital investment. That's 5x what we saw the year before, which speaks to how the industry is growing and evolving very quickly. We have large corporations here, or large anchor industries that have been making their bets, are making investments, whether it's tech companies like IBM or financial services companies like American Express or MetLife. And if you're somebody looking for a job in blockchain in New York last year, you would have seen that there's over 2,200 job postings in the city. That's almost 400% growth since 2 years before. So all of that is great for New York City. Blockchain Week and this conference last year generated over 28 million in economic impact and supported 6,000 jobs. So we love it. It's a very promising beginning. But what we care about the most at EDC and in the city of New York is to make sure that this industry evolves in a way that it's open to everybody, that it's accessible to all, and that it further democratizes technology in a way that really shows how innovation and technology can benefit the average person and the average New Yorker. So that's why earlier this year, we opened the New York City Blockchain Center as a physical space in Flatiron. It hosts a number of programs and activities supporting innovation. And it is first and foremost a space that's open to anybody to walk in, understand the fundamentals of the technology, understand how the technology is going to impact jobs in the city, and also what are the opportunities that the technology presents. As part of our efforts to democratize tech, we're bringing programming to neighborhoods across New York City that had traditionally been excluded from tech, like Bushwick in Brooklyn and Harlem, and doing programming in several languages. In government, in New York City government, we also reject the notion that we're going to be the last ones to adopt the innovations and the possibilities that come with blockchain. So we've been leading a series of workshops across agencies with staff to really source what are potential applications and use cases of the technology in city government. It's going to lay the groundwork for implementation and also be the foundation of an innovation challenge we're going to be doing over the next few months. And when we look around New York and the various neighborhoods, we're starting to see how residents and businesses are using the technology and incorporating it into their daily lives. And this is what I'm most excited about. And so, for example, a group of residents and businesses in Park Slope, which is a neighborhood in Brooklyn, are leveraging this technology to pilot a marketplace for buying and selling local solar power. So this not only obviously benefits the environment, reduces greenhouse gas emissions, and supports economic activity, but it really provides and gives people agency and control over how they source their energy. And that's the type of examples I'm most excited to see. I am very excited about this week, the energy in this room, and how we can harness it to show how regular people will benefit directly from the technology. Welcome everybody to New York City. I encourage you to visit the center. I'll turn it over to Kim Quinones, who is our new executive director. We're very excited to have her, and she'll tell you more about it. Enjoy your time in New York.
Thank you, Anna. As Anna said, the Blockchain Center opened earlier this year, and since we've opened, 650 people have come through our doors. We're very, very excited to reach an even wider audience now with Blockchain Week. Our mission is very, very simple: connecting entrepreneurs, building community, and demonstrating leadership in blockchain in New York City and beyond. The center is a place where entrepreneurs can meet with corporations, consultants, and the clients who are going to help them grow their businesses in New York City. On the diversity side, we have a real mission to, as Anna said, reach people beyond just the blockchain community here, to have everyday New Yorkers understand how blockchain can impact their life, how the job potential can change, and have students and people in all 5 boroughs participate in our Blockchain 101 classes and panels to learn more about how blockchain will be affecting job development in New York City. It is very, very obvious that blockchain will be implemented in some major sectors. Financial services, real estate, healthcare, government. Guess who the biggest employers are in New York City? Financial services, real estate, healthcare, and employment. So it's going to mean a lot for everyday New Yorkers, and it's going to mean a lot for government officials. So the last thing that we want to do is create a dialogue between the public and the private sector, to have the entrepreneurs, the people in the space, speak openly with government officials, not just when legislation is being passed, not just when regulation is being implemented, but on an everyday basis, on an ongoing basis, so that the potential changes and the benefits can be maximized. So I encourage everyone to check out the Blockchain Center. Please come visit us. We're in the Flatiron District. Look at our website, look at our programs, and join, and help us build a larger blockchain community in New York and beyond. Thank you.